What's up, everybody? The DGen Dads are back on Twitter, on YouTube. I think these are the only two platforms so far that this is going to be on. It's been a while since our last episode, but I will say there's been so much happening. I mean, Kyle, since we started we started our podcast early 2023. Bitcoin was around 20K, 25K. We just hit all-time highs this week, man. It hit over 69,000. Ethereum's following suit. We're going to talk about why and what to expect out of Ethereum in this video. Meme coins are going insane. You had some insane calls literally on this podcast. We're both mogging today, man. I don't know about you. I don't even hold any mod coin, but I'm here for the culture. You know, this is the I'm right glasses, bro. Because for everybody that was into crypto in 2022, 2023, 2024 is your time to put on some ridiculous shades, look somebody in the eyes, and just say, I told you. I told you this was going to happen.
Told you so.
Told you so, man. So with all that being said, what is up, Kyle? How's it going, man?
Dude, it is freaking going, man. We're here. We're out here in these crypto streets. We've been living through the bear market on scraps, and now we're at the table. We're eating steaks, and we got our Pit Viper glasses on, and we're just ready to go, man. Yeah, dude, meme coins have been ripping.
I actually got these from ETH Denver, man, which was phenomenal. Meeting a lot of like-minded individuals that are big into the crypto market, of course. So that was really cool. Yeah, let's take a look at some things, you know, while we're doing this intro for people that might just kind of be wanting to jump in and have like a general update of what's going on. Well, let's take a look at it together. This might take me just a second to pull it up. I'm out my rhythm, Kyle. You know, it's been a bit.
It's been a while, man. We are back at it again. Steady as she goes. You know what I mean?
Steady as she goes.
You like that little plug? You like that?
I do. That's we gave the early alpha on that as well. Gave whitelist to our viewers on Steady. That was a 2 AVAX mint or 5 AVAX mint that went to like 20 or above.
Yeah, it
so
ripped.
Shout out to our viewers that were able to score that, and of course Kyle got his, still rocking it as a PFP, which we can get into a little bit later. It has a little bit of alpha in itself as far as using an AVAX PFP, you know, as your Twitter profile. But let's take a look at this, Kyle. 68,000. We just got a little dip. I was joking on Twitter because somebody posted like an all-time high dancing video that's like kind of like the Kramer of crypto. Every time that gets posted, it just like it's Eddie dancing and just like drops. But yeah, we broke 69,255 here. Took a pullback to 67, and then we're coming back. But I mean, ultimately, man, again, I mean, let's look at this 3 months. Like, people thought that the ETF was a sell the news event, got absolutely shattered, man, in the 40-something thousand range, because we've just been going a nonstop up ever since. And the exciting part about this is, even if you missed out on Bitcoin, I mean, look at Ethereum is absolutely doing work right now. And I want to talk about Ethereum just for a second. Gas fees are, of course, incredibly expensive. Ethereum's about to break 4,000 again. That's crazy, dude. It was under 1,000. I think it barely dropped under 1,000. If not, it was like 1,100. I was literally buying close to 1,000, like not even a year and a half ago. Insane. So what's going on with Ethereum? Dude, I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, and here's why. And of course, not financial advice. Of course, black swan events happen. Of course, nobody has a crystal ball. But let's look at like what we can work with. Here's 2 things coming up that we can work with. Here is the most important. Did I click the right article? Yeah, the ETF approval. So we just saw what happened with Bitcoin. We just saw Bitcoin push to new all-time highs. Guess what's next, Kyle? Ethereum ETF approval. You know when the last possible day for this approval is? May 23rd, the final
I wish it was May the 4th, because that would be aligned with Star Wars.
That would have been clutch, dude. That would have been clutch. I just realized we do have some people in chat. I didn't have that popped up. Tito said I bought the dip, and then the dip dipped. Oh man, you know that happens to the best of us. But May 23rd is the approval. The Bitcoin halving's coming up not long after that, which again has historically every cycle increased the price of Bitcoin by hundreds of percents. That doesn't necessarily give us a guarantee that it's going to do that, because nobody can predict the future, but it gives us some data to work with. May 23rd is the day. Get that in your brain anytime you see, because, you know, obviously we saw last cycle, there was, I don't want to throw a number out there. I know there was a minimum of 5. There's probably closer to 10 20 to 30% pullbacks on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we could post this video right now. We're live right now. Ethereum could go back down to 3,100, like that wouldn't surprise me. And that's why I want everybody to be careful with these trades and stuff. But ultimately, I think with the Ethereum ETF coming up in May 23rd, we really strongly think that it's going to get approved, of course. It's looking pretty good, man. And the last thing I want to say, and I'll pass it off to you, Kyle, is that there's an Ethereum upgrade coming that's supposed to make layer 2s way cheaper. If you've been following Kyle now for a while, we've been talking about Immutable X for like ever, and that's already like virtually free transaction fees.
Gains on the Immutable X, it like went from nothing to like top 50 coin crypto market in the crypto market.
Yeah, dude, it's been printing numbers too. Sadly, I was underexposed to Immutable X, but I mean, I won't leave out even though it's not my bags, $3.37. It was below $1 in the bear market. I think it was low. Way below. Yeah. Dude, it was like 50 cents in the bear market. So up big time on that if you're buying in. So not just Immutable X, that probably isn't the best example. That's just an example we've been talking about for a while. The reason I brought that up is because we talked about it, but it's also kind of proofs, which we've had a whole conversation on that. But I also think of Blast. Blast has been popping off. I don't know if you've bridged any Blast, Kyle, but I think this is going to provide really good opportunities for people that are looking to like make trades and plays on these new L2s. Blast is a big one. Mainnet just went live. That's something you're going to like want to watch. I, of course, did bridge over to Blast, and I'm ready. Sorry for the voice cracks. So any L2 that you have on your radar, kind of be watching that with this upgrade because it could definitely affect things. With all that being said, Kyle, we have so much more to talk about, man. Some meme coins, again, some that you called out, been going parabolic. We have Bitcoin ordinals. We were both talking about those since like February of last year. Parabolic, like everything is so. That's why we had to bust out the glasses today, man. Like, how are you feeling about this?
I feel good. Wow, I like the tech. I'm just here. I'm just here. I'm just here for the tech. But the gains are, it's like a little cherry on top, just a little cherry. When you're at like, in 500%, like you're like 50x gains, like, it's pretty good stuff. I mean, we'll live to fight another day. But yeah, no, in all reality, in all jokes aside, this market's great. It's on fire. Kakinu keeps getting listed on exchanges. This went up like 2-3x over the past week or two. Beeple did a piece on it, which was interesting. He did a mog in a are you taking those off?
It's too dark for me, man. I feel like I can't like.
I feel like I just took off my.
I'm already in a dark room, so it's like I can only play the part for so long, and now I'm just like, I gotta see.
No, this is. I mean, these are a part of me, so I'd feel weird taking them off, but yeah. So that's that on the meme coins, man. They're still popping off. With like flipped bonk for a second. I don't know where it's at today. Yeah, just in general. I mean, founders are tweeting about meme coins. Like, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy market. It's fun to be a part of. But you do have to be aware of the narratives, because when the music stops, it stops. All right. And you need to know, not financial advice, but it helps to know when like the music stops, where to kind of take your gains off the table, put them in the stables, put them back into solid fundamental coins. Right. So that's kind of the game. And the shifting narratives, gaming AI, there's, the whole AI narrative is being pushed pretty hard right now. So that's something I'm definitely keeping an eye on, along with the Web3 gaming space as per usual. We've been running it up pretty hard in the crypto gaming space.
Yeah, man. So many good points there about meme coins. Like the music can turn off. We talked about 30 to 40% dips in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those could be 80 to 90% with meme coins. That being said, there's also the reverse, man. We saw many multiple billion-dollar market cap meme coins last cycle that are currently still there. Matter of fact, if you go to TikTok right now and you type in crypto, you see a bunch of people buying on Robinhood, Shiba Inu, thinking they're early. And they're like, oh, dude, I just found this new coin that's not Doge. It's Shiba Inu, and it's going to go up 100x. It's going to go to $1. And it's like, like that's our exit liquidity. It's kind of crazy to see like that cycle happen again. But my point in bringing that up, I actually made a short video on this yesterday, is that there's coins right now that could do multiple billion-dollar market caps. You mentioned one earlier. I do hold this, but like the cock, it's COQ. It's Avalanche's meme coin. They have a whole economy or a whole ecosystem of different apps and everything you can build on top of. Huge community, huge meme. Kyle called this out publicly. Bro, I say publicly because like you obviously told me because we talk about it all the time, but you probably posted about it like it was just a couple million market cap. I'm not even too sure. Yeah, let's pull this up right here. And there's a couple of meme coins I want to talk about, and I want to talk about like kind of not quite expectations, but some things that I'm excited about these coins. So this is the one that we're talking about right here. Again, Kyle called it out at a like literally it was just a couple $1 million market cap. It's at a $336 million market cap, bro. That's like blows my mind. Like that's crazy. Like that's literally like I don't even know how many X's that is, Kyle. But like what's crazy too is I'm not saying you guys go jump in. Like that's not at all what I want you to take away from this, because it's like it's so hard for me to be like, bro, it just went up 312% in the last 30 days. You should buy now. You know, that's like that's not me at all. And I also don't ever encourage somebody to buy. Looking for myself as somebody who has already bought super low, way into profit, like significantly into profit as far as like margins go. Wish I would have went heavier. That's my regret. Is this could absolutely do multiple trillion, man. Like again, we're comparing it to some of the memes last cycle. 336 not trillion, billion. 336 million is actually a pretty high market cap now for a meme coin like that. But you take a look at, I'm not even going to do Doge. Like Doge is kind of just like in a different breed, but I will do Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is at a $20 billion market cap. So it's like, in order for, there's other mechanics besides market cap, but like an easy way to understand it is basically in a way for this to do a 2X is you're going to need $20 more billion of liquidity to come into that. It could happen. Absolutely. But it's like, it's a lot easier for 330 million to go to 600 million than it is for 20 billion to go to 40 billion. Right. And so it's kind of, I don't want to just highlight like our bags here, but it's like find something that makes sense. Like how will this be adopted by TikTok, by Reddit, by other social things? That's what these meme coins are, is they're narratives. They're narratives that people buy into, they hold on to, they find community, and then they run with that narrative. So another one that Kyle called, and I'll let you talk about this one a little bit, Kyle, because I don't want to hog too much, is Pepe coin. Now, we're not talking about Pepe, the ETH narrative, which we were both early to, and I made profits on Pepe as well. This is actually the OG Pepe. This was created in 2016. You can stake it for, Kyle was talking about AI tokens earlier, based AI. Kyle, you knew about this, again, so freaking early. Like, I don't even know how you knew about it. But this has actually been gaining traction. I don't know if you've been watching it. The market cap doesn't show on here, but I believe it's like 200. I don't want to make up something. I can look it up on Dex Tools just to kind of verify. But regardless, the thing was like a couple, like 8 cents when you're talking about it or less. I remember I bought it like just a little amount at like 15 cents, and I got scared because it dropped back down to 9 cents. And now we're sitting here and it's at like $1.12, bro. Insane. Do you want to talk a little bit about Pepe coin? Again, differentiating from Pepe, the ETH narrative.
Yeah, this one has been around. Obviously, their team's been around since 2016. They actually had the Pepe ticker first before anybody else. They tried to transition to moving to like an exchange, Bittrex, but Bittrex, unfortunately, was like you can't use that ticker. So you're because the political landscape was different, and Pepe they were trying to paint Pepe as like a bad meme, right? And it's not, and so they had to work through that. They changed the symbol remained Pepe, but they changed it to meme. So technically, it's like one of the first actual meme tokens. Like it's like super based, right? It's based on like super lore. And obviously, they took Pepe, made him on crypto, and they created this whole thing recently, which is the Pepe coin operating system, the Pepe OS system, which is pretty sick. So these are real developers. This isn't created by influencers or anything like that. This is like organically created years ago, and they came back online recently before the Ethereum Pepe like really took off, and they started building, and then they kind of just got front run for the Pepe coin. So again, they've been around. It's like the original Pepe, whereas the new Pepe is kind of it's actually a derivative, and people just don't know that. And if they do know that, for some reason they do like to do a versus, like my Pepe is better than your Pepe. But I'm like, these guys, I've talked to these founders. I talked to them. I've been on spaces with them. They're just genuine guys building for the future. They want to decentralize, like you said, AI, and they do it in a meaningful way that's funny, and fits within crypto. So it's yeah, that's their team. Yeah, and that's that. And yeah, I called it like very early on. After I did a lot of research into them, everything checked out. They built like years ago on Counterparty when that was a thing. Vitalik Buterin even like was saying he might wear a Pepe coin shirt to one of the events like years ago. So it's super, super based. And I know that was like a big thing, like when meme coin season popped off last time in the last cycle, was people were like, oh, it's got to be a based meme. Well, this one is like the most based meme coin like in the entire space, because it is like literally not only like the first Pepe coin, but like one of the first meme tokens in crypto, period. And Vitalik, it has Vitalik's graces in the past, by at least retweeting it and like acting like he's going to wear a shirt to an event out of like, jokes and things like that. But yeah, it's hard to get more based than this right here.
Yeah, they actually made an appearance at ETH Denver. That's what I was going to show right here at the ZKLLM at ETH Denver. Vitalik recently liked one of their tweets, so Vitalik probably recognizes them as the first Pepe. By the way, Kyle, 109 people in here. Crazy. We have, we took a little break. We're back. We got 109 people in here. Thank you guys so much. We're not even close to being done. We have so much more to talk about. But just to let you know, if you're watching this on Twitter, give it a like and a reshare. If you're watching this on YouTube, give it a like, comment, all those YouTube and Twitter things. This is the Degen Dads podcast. The Degen Dads are united. So any kind of interaction, engagement definitely helps. But we're going to keep going here, man. You're talking about AI narrative, and you talked about specifically them wanting to build something based on AI algorithms. Yeah, so this is kind of what it looks like, or this is what I'm doing right now. We got Sleeping Comics in here. What is up, Sleeping Comics? Got Crypto Corey, Bitcoin 70K. Let's go. That's crazy, man. I'm so excited about that. So based AI right now is a farm to where here's what you can do. You can actually like put your Pepe coin in here. You can deposit it and stake it. Now, right now it's going to be expensive because it's, on Ethereum, and Ethereum gas fees are expensive right now. But you actually passively get based AI tokens. So based AI is actually going to be a layer 1 that's going to be built out by these Pepe coin devs that I do think, I'm not saying Vitalik is involved with, but I'm sure he at least at the very least like knows about. And of course, it has its own token, just like Ethereum has its own ETH, or whatever. So its token right now is currently trading at $2.68. I've been staking my Pepe for a couple months now, and I have 50 of these, which might not sound like a lot. It's only like 100 something bucks, but it's free. It's passive, man. And who knows, maybe this could keep going up in value. So I'm getting passive income on something that can also go up in value risk free, other than the fact I'm holding the Pepe, which is up significant since when I first bought. Again, one of my biggest regrets personally is I didn't go in with nearly as much volume as I'd like to on some of this stuff, but can't complain too much for being ridiculously early on this stuff. Again, a lot of this thanks to Kyle, as far as Pepe coins and Cock Inu goes. But yeah, man, what a freaking run. Like it's just been so crazy so far. Again, Bitcoin is just gonna, unless there's like a crazy event to happen, like historically we can see having that the price goes up every single halving. So we see that coming again in just a few months from now. And so people are excited. I even see so many that are typical bears on my timeline bull posting right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Apparently another milestone is after you actually like crack that all-time high, more times than not, you're going to keep on going up, get another push. Again, I want to clarify, so many events could happen that could completely reverse the market. And another thing is like 20 to 30% dips in Bitcoin and Ethereum and even like major alts is completely expected. We had several last run. Every time it happened, people were like, oh no, it's over. Because, 30% could be a lot when the price is like this, like it could dip 10, 15,000 and you could think that it's going all the way back down to 16 and then it could recorrect and set a new all-time high. So that's just some things to kind of expect. I want to go on a little bit to the market, man. So there's so many different markets here. Obviously, we're talking about the crypto market. Bitcoin ordinals have been absolutely flying. Again, we've been talking about those for a while now. Bitcoin ordinals, like, dude, some of this stuff you could have got free for like these Bitcoin puppets were free. They're at 0.2 BTC right now, which let's see what that price is. I'll convert that real quick. Because Bitcoin is fluctuating so much, that's what is that, 1,300?
13,000. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why I said 13. I was thinking O2. Yeah. So these things you get out for free. They're $13,000, the Bitcoin puppets. I don't really want to focus on any particular project. Just kind of give you an example of like what some of this stuff is doing. While I was away at ETH Denver, I minted these puppet maxi bizzes for $10. I sold it for $1,500. Which is pretty crazy, man. They're at 0.008 right now, which is probably around the same. I sold a little bit higher, but around the same. These Pepinels, actually, I have some alpha on these, Kyle. I don't know. They're doing a space today. I would recommend joining that space. I actually had whitelisted these. I faded them, and then I scooped them up at like 0.003 or something like that. Easy 4x. I actually sold one at 0.2, which is like over 2x what this current price is. But I went back and bought one a couple of days ago for the culture, actually over this price. I'm still well in the profit because I flipped 3 for a lot of profit. But I do think that these guys have a correlation with the Pepe coins that we talked about earlier. A lot of their posts mention Pepe coins. And I'm not talking about the narrative ETH Pepe. It's kind of hard because they post so much to find it. Oh, God. They post so much to find it. But they actually tag them a lot. And I'm assuming that they're going to integrate something with them. And they even did an art thing. Look at this. Like, tell me that style isn't the same like Windows style that we just looked at on the Pepe coins, to where you can kind of like design you can do no background, head only, or whatever on these Pepe nows. I don't know. I just think they got something cooking. Their engagement is crazy. They're all over Twitter. I'm personally getting bullish for like a very cheap entry on them. I have one. I don't really plan to sell this one. I've already sold 3 before I've ever talked about this thing. So it's not like I'm talking about it and then dumping it or anything like that. Just something to keep an eye for that has like a very like low entry floor, low comparatively to ordinals. But I don't know. Is there any ordinals that has been on your radar in the last like few months? I know you've kind of been more on the gaming side, which doesn't have a strong push in Bitcoin right now.
Yeah, I would say I just keep up. I haven't been really deep into the ordinals community other than like BTC machines. They've been doing a lot of activations over there. They always have news coming out. Those guys like have airdropped, like, obviously gosh, it's like hundreds of thousands of ordinals to their holders. So like if you held like a machine or not a virus, but I think it's a mutant virus, then you got airdropped like a bunch of just free stuff that you can use in game. They have like an MMO they're building. It's pretty cool. So you'd have to go to their socials to kind of see what they're up to, but they just have a really good DAO. They have a good community. People are involved. I like what I see. They're not talked about like a ton in the ordinals community, but I kind of like that. I'm like, yeah, let them steep, let them cook. And then long term, just like what happened with Ethereum NFTs, you saw all these like PFP projects pop off first, but then go to OpenSea, you see like 5 out of the top 10 collections on a daily basis, every single week, week in and week out, now is a gaming collection. So I think we're going to start to see this transition on ordinals when you have more developers coming into the ordinal ecosystem, and builders building around Bitcoin when it comes to gaming. And I think that whether it's L1 or Lightning or Stacks or whatever, I think somebody's just going to figure it out. Like we're already seeing like games, obviously BTC machines. There's another one that was backed by Animoca that's building around the Bitcoin ecosystem. So we're kind of seeing like even arcade games, even Ninja as well as you guys did. So gaming's there. It's just very quiet right now, and it's going to be slow at first, and then it's going to be like all at once. Kind of is how I kind of see it, and I kind of picture like the BTC like a quiet, small little Yuga Lab just kind of doing its own thing. And then I think it'll hit peak velocity like in the peak of the bull, when people are going to start paying attention a little bit more. But yeah, you can see the sales numbers on the right, point two all day. Just a couple days ago, 0.1, 0.2. Like people are buying these machines all the time. And it is a low inscription. They're like OG in the ordinals community.
Yeah, man. I mean, 0.15 is nothing, or 0.16 is nothing to scoff about. I mean, that's expensive. That's let's see what that is right now. It's probably like 10 grand or something like that now. Yeah, it's 10 grand. So yeah, these things just, you have a machine? I know you have some things in the ecosystem.
I have a mutant virus. So it's got like it's not OG like the machines, but it has the same like level of like rarity. Like there's only 777 of them. And then I was also able to get alpha from the BTC machines. They do raffles all the time, but they did the recursive inscription alpha in there. So I was able to mint a recursive inscription that was like a sub 5,000, like not cursive, cursed inscription. Yeah.
Sweet, man. Sweet. Heck yeah. I got to give a shout out to our ninjas, of course. We just sold a ninja at Sotheby's. I don't know why it's saying that there's no active listings. It did this to me last time. I need to look into this because obviously there are like sales and listings going on. But anyways, we just sold a ninja at, and this is, I think it's just this browser at Sotheby's for $139,000. That was a really big achievement for Ninja Alerts, of course. I'll go ahead and like pull that up real quick. I mean, literally at Sotheby's, man. So even the fact that we even got in Sotheby's was great. To sell it for $139,700 was a big achievement for me and the team. So, you know, shout out to Pizza Ninjas for doing that. That's obviously the team that I've been working for 2 years. Yeah, I'm glad you answered that question. So Stay Winning Podcast. Yeah, it's literally as easy, if not easier than any other chain. Xverse wallet is the wallet that I use. Literally just download it on your Chrome extension, or there's an app on your phone for Xverse. And you can literally just go buy ordinals using that. Magic Eden also has a wallet. I'd recommend Xverse for layered reasons over that. Xverse has support if you're like accidentally like sending out an ordinal, because ordinals are actually Satoshis and you don't want to accidentally send one out. And Xverse has ways to make sure you don't do that. Magic Eden might, but it's just so new. I'm not entirely sure. But with all that being said, man, this market's absolutely cooking. What's not cooking is the ETH market. Several reasons that I want to talk about, some very interesting. One of the things is that ETH is just expensive right now. So look, I mean, obviously we're up on the 24 hours on some of these projects, but ultimately look at this 7-day change. Like literally everything that's like considered a blue chip is down bad. 35%, 26%, like all these 69% on some of these. I want to talk about what happened with Pudgies recently, man. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if you saw, they went over 30 ETH, not 30 ETH. They went over 20 ETH. And all the way back down to, they just got saved at like 11 or 12 and then pushed back up because somebody said that they're going to give $2 million in support. So here's what that means. What happened with Pudgies is, this is a little complicated, so I'm going to have to try to bear with me. You can take out loans against your NFTs, right? Against your assets. So what Pudgy Penguins were doing was they were taking out loans against their Pudgy Penguins, and then they were buying more penguins. Okay, so that happened, and it just kept making the floor price go up because they would take out a loan for $40,000, and then they would buy a penguin for $40,000, and then they take out a loan against that penguin for $40,000, and then it would infinitely go up until it went up to like 20 ETH or whatever. Well, now all those loans were almost being expired. So there was a financial crisis on the Pudgy Penguins to where if all these loans expired and nobody could afford them, then you would just have to send these penguins to floor bids. There'd be a ton of panic. There'd be no liquidity. And so the price was literally going down below 10 ETH in my opinion. But we had some like major whale be like, you guys are idiots. Look, I'll send you $2 million in loans. That way, like basically I'll save you guys from just crumbling during this crisis right now. And that's exactly what happened. So that's not like I don't think this is a mid or long-term bearish thing for Pudgy Penguins. I think this is just some people over leveraged on trading, and that's the result that they got from it. Does that make sense?
It's kind of like a similar thing that happened to D-Gods, you know, like when Blur first came out. People are just like super degening, like auto doing a bunch of, well, it's similar. It's just in reverse almost, where like the bidders were bidding on all these D-Gods to get like farm points. And then somebody just came in and like accepted all the bids or whatever, or something like that. So
1.7 floor. That's kind of juicy. I'm not gonna lie. I know you're
Yeah.
not big on D gods, but I don't know. It's just like
They have their own following. That's fair. They have their own community. I think that it's cool. I just don't know what their vision is. Like, what's the vision here? Like, is it just a party and like have cool graphics and that's it? So it's got like for me, like I know they're trying to go for the lifestyle stuff, but you have to kind of like I don't know, do more. Like for example, like Neo Tokyo, they're going after Web3 gaming. They have also like cornered that market because like every founder of like every big blockchain in gaming, or like founders in Web3 gaming, like are in Neo Tokyo. So they kind of set out to accomplish exactly what they were going to do, and then also build lifestyle around that too. Like I mean, streaming. Like they've announced like 3 streamers the past like few months or few weeks. So I think that's how you capture like a wider, like, you know, when it comes to lifestyle is you have to like build something first and then build around that. It seems like DGods is doing things in reverse, which is fine. But you have to like, you always have to keep the hype up, right? There always has to be something coming next. And that's hard to live by, you know, when you're just living on hype alone, and moving chains and doing all these things. So I would like them to do more. And that's not like, again, I think they're going to learn, they're going to iterate, but I think that's just from, you know, the first time they had like this level of success and all at once. And now they're just trying to figure things out. And Frank's even apologized at some points in times, which is, in my opinion, maturity, you know? So I think we'll see, watch this project. It'll mature probably these next like year or two. And we'll probably start to see like some good stuff come out of DGod. So yeah, potentially, not saying not financial advice, but this could, I mean, it could be an opportunity.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, look at these buys. Like while we're talking, like 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago, 1 minute ago, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's like there's like almost something going on right now, and we don't know about it. Like that's a lot of sales in like the last like 30 minutes. So people are definitely buying the dip. It's just there's so many listings. I know a lot of people got upset because Wormhole did an airdrop, and DGods was like the ones that like originally, like Frank was the one advocating for Wormhole before anybody even knew it existed. And basically they didn't include most DGods in the airdrop. And so they basically screwed over DGods, and they haven't got anything in it for a while. So it's kind of like getting kicked while you're down, you know? Like you're already feeling like you're left out of a lot of stuff. You're waiting on this airdrop to come, and then you realize that you're not included in it. So I think a lot of people just got, you know what, I don't even blame that on Frank at all. It just kind of was unfortunate. And, you know, that absolutely slammed the floor. But it's just crazy that like you can buy a DGod, which is like the primary collection, for what you could have bought a Ute for like last year at this time. So kind of seeing an inverse there as far as market activity goes. So again, ETH NFTs not looking so hot. There are DGods on Bitcoin. We actually had, you know, they were the first ones to inscribe the entire collection on a single block. That's pretty cool, man. So much going on. You know, I don't want to like cover everything in this one video. It's just like, because it's been a while, it's like here's a heap of information of everything that's, you know, airdrops. We didn't even touch on gaming.
Lot.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of airdrops going on right now. I think Nyan Heroes is doing one. I think Pixels wrapped up theirs. There's just a lot of like play to airdrop games going on, and it's kind of almost hard to keep track of. So it's like just jump into Web3 gaming, see what's out there. I'm sure you'll run into a play to airdrop game, and maybe let you know you play it, or maybe your kid plays it. I don't know. I'm not parenting your kids, but
is there any game right now that you've particularly been playing? Web3 based?
So I'm kind of like advising Nyan Heroes in a sense. So I've been on the back end playing that. That's probably one of the best like games I've seen in the space. It's like top echelon. They are it's kind of like Overwatch style, but you're in a mech, and inside the mech you're a cat. So you're a cat piloting a mech, and it's very unique. And I think it could reach other demographics. Like I think this could reach like the, you know, females out there that want to get into games, that might feel excluded. You don't see too many like appealing games for women out there. So this could be hitting on both the male and female demographic. So I think that, along with it being in the Solana ecosystem, is going to be really powerful. Like once they launch this game, yeah, you can see footage here. once they fully launch this game, it's like out in the wild, right? And so with that said, being in the Solana ecosystem, that's a powerful thing. Like if you have a AAA like looking game, it's in the Solana ecosystem. It's like probably going to be one of the front runners in the Solana ecosystem space, and it's one of the first movers. And Solana being like such a number 5, like in all of crypto. The meme coins have been going berserk. So yeah, I think this game has a lot of potential. Obviously, I'm biased, but not financial advice, and do with that information what you will. Full disclaimer, blah blah blah. But yeah, like I played this, I game tested it, and I thoroughly like enjoyed the game, and immediately like was like just completely immersed as soon when like right when I got into the first game. So that's how I know it's going to be a hit. So.
Is there any way to get exposure to this right now? Like, is there NFTs? Is there a token? Is there beta
So they
access
have,
codes?
yeah, they've been tweeting about like the play to airdrop, earning, I think it's meow points. So I think it's like you log it, like, I don't know. You just have to follow their Twitter to stay up to date. They did a whole tweet about it, a whole thread of like how to get involved in like how to, start acquiring some of these points. So, I mean, play to airdrop's pretty self-explanatory. You'll have to log in, do all the things, play. I'm sure there's going to be more to that I can't really say publicly, but that's that.
Okay, but there's nothing you can buy right now to like get exposure to the ecosystem. It's just like play.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a collection on Solana. So, but I mean, that's that, so.
Okay, cool.
You can do with that information. I mean, I can't really say much more than that, but
Sure, yeah. I'm
do
just
what
trying to
you
squeeze
want.
some alpha. I'm just trying to
Yeah, I
squeeze some
mean,
alpha.
you could scroll down there. Yeah, you can scroll down and you can see like, yeah, they tweeted about the meow missions, things like that. They have codes for people to game test the game. They're onboarding some of the most, like known creators like Cairo. He's went from like 0 followers to like 18,000 this last cycle just because he's so good and talented at gaming. But yeah, you can see right there. Yeah, sharing is caring. Airdrop is for everyone.
Yeah, I see that.
Design. Yeah. So that's a good thread to read back a few days ago. And yeah, so watch, this one's going to be, in my opinion, I think it's going to cook. Not financial.
Yeah, this
advice.
says holder NFTs to multiply your points. Each of our Genesis, Neons, and Guardians give a lot of points based on rarity, which I always like. Holding them until the end of the airdrop gives you multiples to all of the points you've collected. All right.
Yeah, and this collection has been around for a while. So it maintains a pretty healthy floor, relatively.
Okay.
So 3.3.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 souls, nothing. That's like $500 or something like that, $400.
Right. Yeah. So that's that on the Nyan side.
Dude, I might have to snag one. I've been trying to dabble in the soul a little bit. I bought something recently, but it's been down only since I bought it.
Yeah. So cool stuff there, man. I'm super excited about it and for them, and just happy to be helping them out with some things, and yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, I mean, there's some alpha. We always like to conclude these like with alpha, of course. We gave you the market rundown, some meme coins we're watching, Bitcoin ordinals we're watching, ETH NFTs, just general overview. God, there's so much going on right now, man. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about the market. It's just a great time. Honestly, I think that's a wrap unless you have anything else that you'd like to include.
No, there's a lot of good plays out there. Crypto market's still kind of, some of the categories out there, Web3 gaming, there's still like good picks out there if you're following it closely. If you want alpha, obviously follow us on Twitter. We stay up to date on Twitter a lot, like daily. We'll post daily, stuff. So if you want alpha on the fly, go follow us over there, share it, like it, retweet, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and you'll be blessed. Not financial advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Kyle Wilson and Chris Coffee ETH on Twitter. And yeah, go check it out. We'll see you guys next time. If you're watching this afterwards, or if you watch this to the end, again, after it's posted, please give it a like, comment, all those YouTube and Twitter things. And we'll see you guys next episode. Peace out, everybody.
Deuces.